You know, my father always used to say to me, "What's wrong with you, boy? You always resort to punching the crap out of people to solve your problems." I said, "Well, what do I do if not that?" He said, "Son, you've got to use your head." And so, as an upstanding member of society, that's what I've done ever since. You know, I've always thought power-ups were kind of weird. There's a lot of common ideas about all these fancy story concepts like characterization, subtlety, and themes that people believe are core to story design. And then there's stuff like Super Saiyan, which for whatever reason, a flat power-up feels engaging and fun. Why is that? Because I had a thought. What if physical change is a form of character development? See, Parasyte gives us a pretty nice case study. There's a crazy amount of change in the main character across the series. Everything from his personality, to his abilities, to his appearance, they all change in order to show his development. He also takes off his glasses for some reason. I look so much cooler now despite the fact I run into walls. Our main character Shinichi starts off pretty normal until a parasite takes his right arm. My right arm? Oh god, this is terrible! Oh jeez. Oh wait, never mind, it has a mouth, it's all good. Even from the first physical change, something feels a little different, and I think because of that it's a little engaging. It's cool to see him catch a karate chop or rocks or whatever, but this could just be me getting a little more invested in his character because he's showing a higher level of competence. In fact, that idea applies to pretty much every scene where there's a sense that the character is powered up. After all, how do you show someone's become strong without using that strength? Hell, even if they just know there's been a change, there'll probably be an increase in respect for the character. The two things are basically inseparable. When Shinichi goes to jump this giant ass wall, it's pretty badass. So how am I supposed to know if it's engaging because it's badass, or if it's that as well as the fact the character has technically developed? What I think helps prove it though, is that we can effectively test it in the opposite direction. There's something engaging about characters deteriorating. Particularly some of the characters from like Game of Thrones and some of the characters from RWBY. Not gonna go into details because spoilers, but some of these characters are purely changed at first on the physical level. Before you even get to the trauma where you would class it as emotional development, the physical damage itself has already happened and that in itself was shocking. So that would be a pretty good example of a physical character development by itself, and the best explanation to why those scenes are engaging. Maybe anyway, you might want to class it as a plot twist though, but I'd argue that plot development and character development are the same core engagement, just happening to different things. The core engagement of change, which would explain why transformation sequences in magical wait, hang on, too much exposition, joke time. Which would explain why transformation sequences in magical girl shows don't give consistent enjoyment. Character development and plot development are engaging because of the change. If you change, only to backpedal and do the change all over again, then nothing's actually changed. And it would also explain why Super Saiyan isn't as fun the second time, unless something about it has changed, like being able to use it freely or a different character does it for the first time, in which case the circumstance for that character is now different. You can also see this to some extent in Parasyte, after a couple of certain events happen. Hello, I see that you have a hole in your heart from when your mother died. Want another one? But after this, Migi has to partly fuse with him to heal him, and his whole appearance changes, and I think something would be lost if it didn't. Even before you know he's not human anymore, his appearance has changed to the point where it feels a little different. And none of this is to say that this is the god of storytelling. You can't just change their clothes or make their hair yellow to create an amazing moment. But coupling a physical change with an emotional change, or just any engagement in general, could potentially create far stronger scenes than if you would have otherwise. So maybe that's why transformation sequences are so addictive. A physical development with character investment and potentially some emotion. And now I don't know how to end this video, so here's a cute little corgi.